3, 2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 18th of August and it's Fajita Day. Well, it is in my house. And a big happy birthday to Robert Redford, Dennis Leary, Edward Norton and Andy Samberg.
7.
After more than a week of predicted trouble with A-levels and student protests across the country this weekend, the government finally gave in and did a U-turn. Used to be a B-turn. They will now accept teachers' grades as the final exam results instead of depending on the much maligned algorithm that appeared to discriminate against poorer schools and areas. Here's Education Secretary Gavin Williamson, a man in whom Boris expressed full confidence.
So over the weekend, it became clearer to me that there were a level of the number of students who were getting grades that, frankly, they shouldn't have been getting and should have been doing a lot better. The first course would be to always make sure that we have the most robust and broad-ranging appeals process, and that's what we had worked to ensure that was put in place. But it became evident that further action needed to be taken.
It's not great news if you're still hoping for a sunny holiday. Ryanair announced it's to cut flight capacity as government restrictions this weekend meant that visitors to France, the Netherlands and Malta will now have to quarantine when they get home. And there's a risk that Greece, Turkey and Croatia could be added to that list. But according to Sky's Sunita Patel Carstairs, Brits are staying on in France, quarantine or not.
Market day in northern France, and you might have thought all the UK visitors would have already made a break for it. You'd be wrong. There are still plenty here, shopping, drinking, eating, and in the case of the Coca family, enjoying time with their French relatives. They've accepted quarantine back home will be the cost for taking their full holiday. They don't like it, but it's a sacrifice they'll make.
I think with the situation of lockdown and everything that we've been through, I think the opportunity to get away and have a break is incredibly valuable.
The Democratic Convention started last night and the key speaker for night one was Michelle Obama. And she laid it out pretty clearly.
Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is.
Meanwhile, Cardi B popped up to interview Joe Biden, or in this case, just sort of talked at him for a while.
Well, first thing first, let me give it a buck. I just want Trump out. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like his mouth gets us in trouble so much. I don't want to be lied to.
4.
Okay, so yesterday we had Ryan Reynolds warning the kids of Canada not to kill his mum. Today he's made headlines as he's just sold his Aviator gin brand to Diageo for up to $600 million. He's a partner in the business and will stay on as the face of the brand for the next 10 years.
You know, people come up to me all the time and they say, what makes aviation gin so delicious? Most of the time I run away because non-celebrities frighten me. But here is the answer.
It begins each morning at 4 a.m. The distillers of Aviation American Gin rise to greet the new day with 4 hours of silent meditation. From there, it's a quick scoot down to the Grove. The citrus fruits are misted using only the tears of aviation's owner, me, Ryan Reynolds.
In 2017, George Clooney sold his Casamigos tequila also to Diageo, but he and his partners got $1 billion. And Towie star Gemma Collins is selling some Lambrini. It's on eBay and the last bid was 14 quid. I might get that candy. The second semi-final for the Europa League was on last night and former Chelsea manager Antonio Conte's Inter Milan comprehensively beat Shakhtar Donetsk 5-0 to go into the final with Spanish side Sevilla. But for former Scottish footballer Craig Burley, now of ESPN Sport, it was not pleasing football.
Inter Milan are a pumped-up Atletico Madrid, aren't they? I mean, let's be quite frank. Now, it doesn't matter how, and I don't have anything against how you get the job done. I'm not a believer in you have to play football a certain way. But like most people, I like to enjoy my football. And if I'm being honest, I don't enjoy watching Inter play very often. That doesn't mean he's not doing a good job there, Conte. They're super organised. They've got good players. They score goals when needed. But they're not very pleasing on the eye.
Actress Kristen Stewart has been chatting with Vanity Fair about her career and her early memories on set. Here she talks about what it was like as a child actor in the movie Panic Room with Jodie Foster.
Panic Room. Jodie Foster threw me a birthday party when I turned 11 with like a mariachi band. I never wanted to leave. Every time I had to go home because it had been 9 hours, I was like, why? I'm fine. I can kick it. I can hang. I'm not tired. In terms of preparation, you kind of acquire as much information as you possibly can, and then you kind of hope that it becomes something physical, but I can never get anything up on its feet until it's the word go, until it feels like there's like an honor to the moment and there's a reason why you're doing something as absurd as pretending to be someone else.
Now, Ed Sheeran is one of the world's most successful solo artists, but did you know he recorded his first album when he was just 13? It was called Spinning Man, and there were only 20 copies burnt onto CD. Apparently it was mainly songs about a girl called Claire who broke his heart, and now a copy is up for auction. We might have found a copy actually, or it could be something else entirely. Have a listen to this. Is this Ed?
Oh, Claire, I really want to take you over there. I think you've got lovely hair. If I had money, I'd buy you a bed. Or maybe we could go to the fair. Claire.
This has been the Smart 7. Be smart, wear a mask. We've got an Alexa skill now, so enable us and then just say, Alexa, play the Smart 7. We're back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Like and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.